Welcome back to day 3 of our deep dive into the book of Proverbs. Today, we'll be unpacking Proverbs 5 and 6, two chapters filled with timeless wisdom that speaks directly to the importance of integrity, the dangers of temptation, and the wisdom of making decisions that align with God's guidance rather than the fleeting desires of the world. As we explore these passages, we'll see how Solomon's counsel, which was given to his son, is just as relevant to us today, urging us to avoid the pitfalls of immorality, laziness, and foolishness, while emphasizing the necessity of wisdom, self control, and a life lived according to God's moral order. In Proverbs 5, we'll be introduced to a stern warning against the allure of adultery. Solomon cautions his son about the dangers of being led astray by the seductive promises of sin, which, though seemingly sweet, inevitably lead to destruction and regret. The chapter paints a vivid picture of the consequences of infidelity, physical, emotional, and spiritual, that echo throughout generations, reminding us that the choices we make today often have far reaching implications that affect not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us. Then, moving into chapter 5, warning against adultery. My son, pay attention to my wisdom, turn your ear to my words of insight, that you may maintain discretion, and your lips may preserve knowledge. For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others, and your dignity to one who is cruel, lest strangers feast on your wealth, and your toil enrich the house of another. At the end of your life you will groan, when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers, or turn my ear to my instructors. And I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. Drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. Should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares? Let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful deer, may her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. Why, my son, be intoxicated with another man's wife? Why embrace the bosom of a wayward woman? For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. The evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them. The cords of their sins hold them fast. For lack of discipline they will die, led astray by their own great folly. Proverbs 6. We encounter a series of admonitions, from the dangers of making hasty financial decisions and being entangled in debt, to warnings about the deceptive ways of the wicked and the destructive habits that can destroy relationships and reputations. As we journey through these verses, keep in mind that each of these lessons is not just a set of moral rules. Rather, they serve as part of a broader call to live wisely, to make choices that honor God, and to be intentional about the path we walk, knowing that our actions today shape the life we live tomorrow. Chapter 6. Warnings against folly. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth. So do this, my son, to free yourself, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands. Go to the point of exhaustion, and give your neighbor no rest. Allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man, a troublemaker and a villain, who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks maliciously with his eye, signals with his feet, and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart. He always stirs up conflict. Therefore disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed, without remedy. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. Warning against adultery. My son, keep your father's command, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always on your heart, fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For this command is a lamp, this teaching is a light, and correction and instruction are the way to life, keeping you from your neighbor's wife, from the smooth talk of a wayward woman. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. For a prostitute can be had for a loaf of bread, but another man's wife preys on your very life. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned? Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. People do not despise a thief if he steals, to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it costs him all the wealth of his house. But a man who commits adultery has no sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. Blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse a bribe, however great it is. Remember, wisdom isn't just about knowing what's right, it's about choosing to live it out day by day. Whether it's guarding your heart against temptation, being mindful of your actions, or staying disciplined in your daily routines, Proverbs gives us practical tools for living a life that honors God. I encourage you to take a moment today to reflect on these chapters and think about how you can apply these truths to your own life. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use some wisdom in their own life. We'll see you tomorrow as we continue our study through the book of Proverbs. Until then, stay wise, stay faithful, and keep seeking God's guidance in every decision.